Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. A recession is now intentionally being ushered in. It all comes back, well, to the crisis. I guess if we're digging way back, not for the crisis, we're not talking today. We overheated the biggest asset class in the world, the U.S. housing market. If we lose the U.S. housing market, we lose everything. And it'll have a ripple effect through the global economy. It's all happened before. It's just happening again. Cycles we've always had. Booms and busts in the economy, booms and busts in the U.S. housing market. So this was market manipulation through and through. I've reported. If you're new, please subscribe. Subscribe right away. There's never been a more important time in human history to get centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Iron will sharpen iron. We got to buckle up and strap in and expect the unexpected. It's better be prepared. Have it not happen, have something happen and not be prepared. We're going to be prepared on this one because the realities are this, friends. It's all black and white now. It's getting harder and harder for people to cheerlead this and tell you that there won't be a crash or it won't be as bad as 2008. All the measurable pieces of data aim towards a worse crash than 2008. Yet most people are unaware of booms and busts in the economy and real estate and how they're tied together, how this was orchestrated, how making agents essential in a health crisis, pushing them out, creating FOMO, overpaying for real estate above and beyond appraised values. Millions of people just went upside down on their homes. They no longer own their homes. Their homes now own them. That's a desperate place to live. I've been in those shoes. That's why I'm here with you today in the 2008 era. I found myself in that exact same position. I bought a house because I know as a trained salesman, people make up their minds to buy, they're buying. They don't care if there's whispers of a recession or a bubble. They want to buy. They're out looking at homes. It's like when you start looking for a car and homes, two biggest purchases of our lives. Once we flip the switch, we make up that decision to buy. We're buying. It's very rare. Now, luckily for a lot of you in this channel, I've seen your comments. If you're new, subscribe and get in the comments. A lot of iron sharpens iron. And they told me, took your advice. We got on, man, I have people still this day that send in like money, like gift cards. Like, thanks, Scott Walters saved my life. I didn't save anybody's life. I'm just in here doing what every agent in America should have done, but nobody did. I was probably one of the first active agents on YouTube that came and said, real estate bubble, might want to be careful in this one. The chances of it sustaining itself are little to none. Why? Because it was artificially created through stimulus. Stimulus measures, stimulus programs, and stimulus money just dumped into the economy, a casino climate. It became a complete casino climate. And this resembles a lot of the behavior that we saw out of the Great Depression era in terms of the stock market being a casino climate. So a lot of things that we can pull from, but I think really the one thing to understand for me personally now, and I hope for many of you, is a recession is being intentionally ushered in now. It's on purpose. It's not by accident. There's no soft landing. There's none of that's going to happen. If you believe there's going to be a soft landing, you also are one of the people that believed inflation was transitory, that when we reopened, it would just magically, poof, go away with like magic or fairy dust. Of course it didn't. It's ingrained into the fabric now of our economy. So what are we going to do now? Well, Fed Chair has already told us a while back that he only has one tool to fight inflation. It's a blunt instrument called interest rate hikes. Well, we know if in fact that has worked, a recession has been severe. And two, the only way to get inflation under control if we're using interest rate hikes to make that attempt, because there's no guarantee it'll work, by the way. The recession will be guaranteed, but the inflation coming down is not guaranteed. But if it was to work, their blunt instrument tool of interest rate hikes, we've seen in the past, federal funds rate has to be raised above the rate of inflation in order to tame inflation. And even if they let's say they went tomorrow and raised the federal funds rate to 10% above the rate of current inflation. Do you think that the next Thursday after that, everything at the grocery store is back down to pre-crisis levels? It won't be. First of all, many companies will just price gouge for as long as they can. It's going to take a long time for the dust to settle. But what's going to happen to the people that bought the height of the bubble? And their cost of living, they're running on fumes. And they put so much pressure to buy the house. They're now in crisis mode. They're consumed by this. They're a deer in the headlights. They can't operate efficiently because they haven't heard a level-headed realist warn or tell them that this in fact is happening. That anytime the housing market has exhibited bubble behavior, they've in fact crashed. So now it just becomes the percentage of likelihood. For me, I gave it 100% chance of crashing from day one. And it was hard for me to do because I'm a real estate professional. I work in real estate. I own real estate, rental properties. I work in real estate. I'm a media guy. I'm here on YouTube talking about real estate. I do a lot of things in this to really put others' needs before my own. And I guess because I've grown a conscience and I lived through the '08 era, those two fundamentals came together, and that's what you get here today. Is just a guy, probably not much different from you, just a trained salesman, a longtime salesman who works in the industry, letting you know that this is what's happening now in the real estate industry. A recession is intentionally being ushered in. And we're not close to getting inflation under control with the blunt instrument that has no guarantee it would even work anyway. And because we're just toying with interest rates, inching them up to not spook the markets, so rich people maybe have a chance to get out and store their wealth somewhere else. This is all orchestrated. All of it is orchestrated. And it all circles back to how we got here. And that was letting the housing market overheat. They should have risen rates immediately instead of having mainstream media report on the red hot housing market and agents being interviewed on, yeah, it's a good time to buy. They were locked in their basements, unwilling to roll up their sleeves and do what was needed to hopefully avoid some of the blowback. I don't think we could have avoided all the blowback, but we could have avoided a lot had we just not let the housing market get out of control. And it did. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the biggest artificially created housing bubble ever produced in world history will have blowback. We're experiencing it now. Most reports now are pretty good confirmation that we're going to have a downturn. My opinion, and it hurts me to say that, is it will be worse than 2008 from one basic fundamental. Bigger bubble, bigger blowback. This makes 2008 look like a warm-up. So anybody wanting to rule that out, I have to politely disagree. I hope I'm wrong. I really, really do. I do fine either way, and I would rather just see this thing sustain itself. But as somebody who's lived through this before, has a conscience, and wants to warn people and let them know the percentage of likelihood is very, very high. For some of us, it's guaranteed. I'll continue to heat map, temperature check it every step of the way because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.